morning and welcome to our yoga practice this morning. We're going to be doing about a 1-hour practice based on the Ashtanga Primary Series and working a lot of flow into it. So to start, we're going to just come onto our mat into a comfortable seated position. You might want to sit on a pillow, you can sit on a block or a rolled blanket if you need to, and rest your hands on your knees. And we want to find a really straight posture here. So stack your heart over your hips. Find some comfort here. You may need to twist or wiggle or shift until you find a comfortable position. And we just want to sit here and sort of set our intention for our practice, clear our desks, so to speak, and find our breath here, find control of our breath. And just let go of the day so far, if you're doing your practice midday or end of the day, or just get our brains, our minds in the right spots for the day ahead of us. So here in our cross-legged position, our spine isn't compromised. We're nice and tall, lifting through the heart and through the crown of the head. And we just want to find an easy breath here. Our belly fills on the inhale and belly button to spine on the exhale. We all lead really busy lives, so we just want to find some stillness and take some control here over our mind and our body. Maybe you have some slow music on in the background. Maybe you can hear the birds outside, or just listen to your breath. Easy inhale and exhale. If you want to stay here longer, you can pause the video and stay a little bit longer. But we will get started now with our warm-up. So you can open your eyes and stretch here. Bring your hands forward. Step your feet back, nice and easy. Nice soft downward dog here, so we focus on pressing the fingers, lengthening the spine. But we might keep our knees soft first thing this morning. Walk our heels a bit, walk it out. Might even warm up the toes. Maybe do some circles with your ankles. Just stretch it out here, and then walk it out nice and slow. You can walk straight, take a bit of a zigzag. It's a nice stretch on the hips. And we can just hang for a breath here. Our knees are soft. Bring your belly to the top of your thigh. You can grab your elbows. And exhale, release, and roll yourself up nice and easy. Don't mind the cat. We're ready to start with our warm-up then. So we're going to start at the front of our mat with our feet together. We're going to come to a nice strong mountain pose. So we want to stack everything, heart over hips, hips over heels. Stack nice and tall. And on our inhale, we're going to stretch. And exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway lift, straight spine wherever you are. Exhale, fold. And step back. Nice plank here. Shoulders over wrists. You can drop your knees if you need to. Lower down. Inhale, roll up to an upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Again, just like before, we spread the fingers to protect our wrists. Straight spine. Lifting the sit bones. Feet are hip distance apart. And then exhale completely. Inhale, heels up. And you can hop or step yourself forward, feet together again. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And inhale, sweep the hands. Come all the way up. Exhale, arms down. We're going to do 2 more of those. So inhale, stretch. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Step back. From plank, drop your knees or lower down. Squeeze the elbows in. Inhale, upward. Roll over the toes. Exhale, downward. Breathe here. Engage the quads and the hamstrings. So we work on straight legs. Heels might be down, maybe not. Exhale completely. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, step or hop forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. And bend and sweep. Sorry, all the way up. And exhale, down. Do 1 more just like that. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift. Exhale, step back. From plank, lower down. Elbows in. Inhale, up. Roll over the toes. Exhale, down. Hold it here. Straight spine. Lift the sit bones for a nice A shape. Exhale completely. Inhale, heels up, jump, or step forward. Halfway lift on the inhale. Exhale, fold. Then inhale, sweep all the way up. Exhale, down. Now we go for version B, or sun salutations, to continue with our warm-up. We start again at the front of our mat, strong in mountain pose. Now our inhale, we bend the knees and sweep the hands, maybe touching the mat. And exhale, fold. Again, inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. And step back from plank, lower down, maybe drop the knees. Hug the elbows in. Inhale, up. Roll over the toes. Exhale, down. Now here we're going to step the right foot forward. Try to hug that knee in and bring it forward with as much control as you can. Here you can drop the left knee and rise here. You can extend that leg, really shooting this hip forward, or you can even turn the heel down and in. Again, we want to square the hips up, sinking into the bend of our right knee, and then come down. Again, back with control. We lower down with or without our knees. And we do the same on the left side. So hug the left knee, try to bring it up with as much control as you can. Maybe drop the knee. I'll demonstrate all 3 here. And rise. Maybe we can extend that back leg. Maybe we can drop the heel. Either way, we're working on squaring up those hips, long through the torso. Exhale, bring it down. Step it back. And lower down with or without your knees. And exhale, downward. Hold it here for a few breaths. Exhale completely. Inhale. Heels up. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Then bend the knees, sweep the hands. Exhale, come all the way up. I'm going to do 2 more just like that. So when you're ready, inhale, sweep. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, step back. From plank, lower down. Drop your knees if you need to. Inhale, up. Roll over the toes. Exhale, down. Right knee comes up and right foot comes forward. Choose your variation. knee, straight leg, or drop the heel. Rise in, don't lift, and lower. Rise in, inhale, extend, exhale, down. Back with control, lower down, inhale up, exhale down, same thing on the left side. Position, choose your variation, drop the knee, keep the heel lifted, or drop the heel in. Rise, shoot that right hip forward, and exhale down. Step back from plank, chaturanga, lower down, inhale up, exhale down, hold it here. Lift the sit bones, press the fingers, lift the knees, engage the quads, and exhale completely. Inhale, heels up, exhale, come forward, jumper step. Inhale, halfway, exhale, fold, and then bend and sweep. Come all the way up. Gonna do one more of those. We're feeling nice and warm now. Let's do one more time. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Step back. Drop the knees or lower down. Inhale, up. And exhale, down. Right leg first. Tuck the right knee. Position the right foot. Choose your variation. Inhale, stretch. Driving that left hip around. Exhale, down. Step back and lower down. Keep breathing, use your breath. Tuck the left knee. Place the left foot. Drop the heel in or bring the knee down. Nice and tall and strong. Exhale, down. And chaturanga. Upward to downward. You can shake your head yes or no here. Loosen up our neck. Your neck should be relaxed here. Exhale completely. Inhale, heels up. Exhale, jumper step forward. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. And bend and sweep. And come all the way up. That is our warm-up this morning. So we want to take a big step to our left. So our right foot is pointing towards the front of the mat. Left foot out the side of the mat. Nice wide step here. Take your arms to the side. Inhale, stretch the right. And exhale, tip to the right. We only want to go as far as our straight legs will allow. We don't want to collapse forward. We want to stay squeezed between two walls, two panes of glass, looking to our left thumb if we can. Exhale completely. Inhale, come up. Change your feet. So we turn to the other side. Inhale, stretch the left. Exhale, tip to the left. Nice stretch on our right side here. Only going as far as my straight legs will go. Turning myself to the side, opening up, looking to the right thumb. Exhale completely. Inhale, pull up. Turn on our heels back to the front of our mat where we started. And we want both hips square to the front. Here we're going to do a revolve triangle. So we're going to take an inhale, left arm comes up, and exhale, we're going to twist to our right. Just going to change the view here. So my hips are squared up. We're twisting here, maybe touching the leg. You can keep that right hand on our hip, or we can extend it all the way to the ceiling. We exhale completely. Inhale, you can twirl kind of like a windmill. So our left leg leg is in front now. Put our right hip is squared. I'm going to inhale, stretch the right, and take right over left now. Again, you can keep the left on the hip, or if you can come deep enough, sturdy enough, you can extend it to the ceiling. And exhale completely. Inhale, come up, turn to the side, and step to the front. Take another step to our left. Again, our right foot points towards the front of our mat, left foot out the side. We're going to bend the right knee now. So our side angle, arms to the side. Inhale, stretch the right. Exhale, bring the right onto the top of the thigh. Left sweeps over the head. Got a nice long line down the left side of our body. Looking into our left palm, checking that the knee doesn't wobble but stacks right over the heel, right over the ankle. Strong legs. And exhale completely. Inhale, come up. And change to the other side. So we point the left out, bend the left. Again, you might need to adjust so the heel and the knee are in line with one another. Inhale, stretch the left. Exhale, bring it down. Bring the palm over here. Strong legs. Check that knee. Long line here, so drop this hip. And exhale completely. Inhale, come up. Another twist now, so we turn back to our right, facing the front of our mat. I'll face you straight on. We can drop the left knee here. So right foot's in front, left knee is down. Find a comfortable stance here. We're going to stretch the left arm over the right knee and hook with the elbow. Press the palms. We want to find a twist here. So I'm looking over my right shoulder. And if I feel steady, I can curl the toes under and extend here. Exhale completely. Bring the knee down or untwist. Turn to the other side. So this time, the left is in front, the right knee comes down, the right arm comes across the knee. Press the palms together for a nice twist. Then if this is nice and strong, you'll lift the right leg. And exhale. Bring the knee down or untwist and step to the front. Almost finished with our standing sequence. You're going to take another big step to your left. You're going to point both toes off the long edge of your mat. Then we want to turn the big toe in just a little bit so that we really feel the weight on the outer edges of our feet. We want to bring our hands to our hips here. We want to feel that hip joint here. We really want to work on bending from here and not rounding through the spine. So to start, we're going to inhale, stretch, and exhale. We want to feel that hinge forward. Nice straight legs, nice straight spine. And if we can, we might bring the hands down about shoulder width distance in front of us. Okay? The more forward you bring them, the more you can put weight into your toes, which brings your weight more between your feet rather than behind your feet. So find a good position here. You're a bit of a table, nice straight back. You might even go a little lower, pointing your elbows backwards, but keeping my gaze in front of me so I don't round my spine. You can exhale completely. Inhale, look up, halfway lift. Exhale, back to the hips, and inhale all the way up. Extend your arms to the side, then interlace your fingers behind your back. On the inhale, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, fold forward. Let the arms fall over your head. Again, bring the weight more into your toes, so your weight is between your feet, not behind your heels. Keep the spine straight. Feel that hinge through the hips. And exhale completely. Inhale, pull it all the way up. Extend your arms to the side, back to your hips. And last one, inhale, stretch, and exhale, fold. This time we're going to hook our big toe with our middle and index finger and bend our knees a little bit. So bend your knees, your elbows point to the side this time if they're bending. And we find that we can get a little deeper stretch here. Keeping our spine straight still, but our knees are bent. If our head comes down, our forehead might touch the mat. This ensures that I'm keeping my spine straight rather than the top of my head. Or if not, we just look in front of us. Breathe through it, enjoy the stretch. And then exhale completely. Inhale, look up. Exhale back to your hips and inhale, come all the way up. And step to the front. Got one more in our standing. We're going to take a step back with our left. Checking, then squaring our hips up to the front of our mat. And getting a spacing that we won't tip over. We're either going to bring our fists together behind our back, grab our elbows, or even come into a reverse prayer. So choose the variation that suits you. And then we're going to inhale, stretch, and exhale, fold over the right leg. Keeping that left hip squared up. Keeping our gaze out in front of our toes. Straight legs, straight spine, hinging from the hips. Then exhale completely. Inhale, pull up, engage the core. Turn on your heels to the other side. Left is in front and we shoot that right hip. Bring that right hip around. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, fold. Again, straight legs, a straight spine. Gaze out in front of the toes. Core is engaged, the belly's in here even though we can't see it. And exhale completely. Inhale, pull up, engaging the core. Turn to the side, release your hands, and step to the front. Now we're ready to move on to our balancing. So we're going to start with the right leg, really rooting the right foot into the mat, and bringing the left up. So you have a couple options here. You might just use that big toe and lean your heel against your ankle here. You might bring the foot up just above the ankle, or you might be able to bring it all the way up to the inner thigh. We just really want to avoid pressing on the knee itself. So choose the variation that suits you. And here with our balancing with the next couple of poses, we want to find a gazing point. So you want to find a spot far out beyond you and really focus your attention there. With that, then we bring our palms together at our heart to press for a little more support. I'm going to stay here for a few breaths. Feel tall and strong here like a tree. Lifting from your heart, pressing through your foot. You can even explore maybe with your second set of breaths, bringing the hands up. Keep the shoulders down. You can even open your palms. And then with control, we come down and out, removing the leg, changing to the other side. So really root the left foot in. Again, bring it up. Maybe you need just a toe. Maybe you can come above the ankle. Maybe you can come all the way to the inner thigh. Go ahead and choose. Find your gazing point. Bring, once you've found balance, bring palms together at your heart. And be tall here. Lift through your heart. So again, if you want to extend your arms, or you can stay with them low, you can either come up with palms together or palms apart, or stay where you are. A couple more breaths here. Tall and strong trees. And come out with control. Our second pose balancing pose we're going to go for this morning is our dancer pose. So we're going to go back to the right leg. And if, when you see dancer, it's a little too much, I'll explain the flamingo variation. But we start on the right foot, we extend the right arm, and then we grab the inner arch, the arch of our left leg. Okay, this might be enough here. You might even need to hang on to something here, that's fine. And if going further doesn't work, you can flip your grip and you can stay right here for a flamingo. Okay, but if you want to go further, you've got the inner grip. You're going to push the heel away from the hip and you might start to come forward. Keep your heart shining forward. Keep everything open and strong. And come out with control wherever you are. And change to the other side. So my left leg is standing. Again, if I want to do flamingo, I'm just going to hook the foot and extend the left arm. Just stay here. Again, you might want some support this morning. Our balance can be different each day. If we want to go for dancer, we want to flip our grip to the inner foot, to the arch, extend the left arm, and then first extend that heel away from the hip, and then you might find yourself coming a bit forward, but don't collapse completely. We want to keep that heart shining. Again, using a gazing point here for balancing, and come out with control wherever you are. Now we're ready to move to the floor. So we come to the front of our mat, we're going to glue our lower body together. So my big toes, my heels, my knees, everything that can touch is touching. And we first start in mountain. Take a few breaths here, maybe you need to calm your breath from your dancer. And then when you're ready, you're going to inhale, sweep. And this time I want you to extend the arms and find that sweet spot. So feel all four corners of your feet on the mat. And then if you can, you're going to lift that beach ball, look to the sky, gluing everything together, really engaged. Sit a little lower. Keep breathing. A little lower. And eventually fold. Heel to toe out to the edge of your mat and try to sit between your heels. This is nice preparation for crow that's coming up next. So we might be flat-footed, we might be on our toes, everyone's different, that's fine. But we want to feel some tension between our elbows and our knees, and we want a very straight spine. Calm your breath down a little bit here from our chair pose. And when you're ready, you can bring the palms down. And we play with crow this morning. So crow, we've got our palms down, we're up on our tippy toes. Try to bring the knees up near the armpits to the upper leg here. And we might use a block or a pillow in front of us. We might start with our toes on a block or a pillow. But we want to try to lean the forearm balance onto our forearms, bringing our toes up, touching our big toes together if we can. If you're not quite there yet, try to do an alternate toe, toe. This gets the core and the inner thighs, gets our hands, our forearms strong. And if you're pretty good with the crow, you want to work on a jump back. We're going to lift our hips and kick our feet back. Here now we can come to plank. So wherever you are, step back into plank. Do a vinyasa. Finishing in down dog. And then hop or step forward. We come down for sitting. So we're going to start with staff pose. Let's check our posture today. So feet are active. You can give a slight bend here if you need to. You can give slight support behind if you need to. The ultimate goal here is to sit as straight and tall as you can. Calm your breath down here from your crow attempts. We slouch so much during the day with phones and computers. It's important that we work on those muscles for a nice strong posture. And then on your inhale, you're going to extend and exhale, fold. Remember how we hinged from the hips earlier? That's what we're going for again. We might only touch our knees with a straight spine, maybe our ankles, maybe just the big toe. Maybe we can grab the outer edges of the feet. Whatever we do though, straight spine, hinging from the hips. And then exhale completely. Inhale, release. Position your hands about a hand width distance behind you. Exhale, lean, and inhale, lift. Now for this, we want to glue our legs together like one and lift our hips as high as we can, relaxing our neck. If this is too much or not accessible, come to like a reverse table. We're going to lift our hips here. So either flat feet in a table position or glued legs. Keep those hips lifted, squeeze the legs together, and exhale, bring it down. Now we're going to start with a lift, and we're going to put a lift in between each of our seated poses today. Be careful that if you position your hands behind and lift, you're not doing anything for your core here. So you really want to put your hands next to, lean forward, engage the core, and lift. You might lift just the bum, you might work on alternating feet, or you might be able to lift everything at once. Then you can extend one leg out in front of you, bring the other to the inner thigh like a tree pose. Let's see if we can get a nice angle here. And we start up nice and straight, feeling ourselves on our sit bones. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, fold. We want a straight spine here, and we want to feel the calf pressed into the mat. This keeps this foot engaged and really gets the stretch we need. Exhale completely and release. Here we do another little lift. Again, everything or maybe just the bum. And we extend the other leg now. For me, it's my left. I sit up nice and tall. Inhale, stretch, and exhale, fold. Again, you might be here today. You might have your ankle. If you have deep flexibility in this pose, you can wrap one hand with the other. Straight spine, calf into the mat, and exhale completely and release. Come to center and do a lift again, maybe everything. Extend the right leg again, or whatever leg you started with. We're going to work the hip a little bit by bringing the left foot up into the crook of our elbow if we can, and we're wrapping. If this is not quite there for you, you want to support one hand on the foot, one hand on the knee. Okay, we keep both feet active. This helps protect our knee. And we get a really straight spine here. So sit up nice and tall and take some small little side-to-side movements. Feels really good through our sit bones, sit muscles there. And then bring the leg down, crossed over the long leg. Got three options here. You can either leave it flexed, and we inhale, stretch, exhale, fold over the top. That's fine. Or if you want to work towards a wrap, you can bring the foot up with the right hand and wrap the left to the arm. Okay, still long leg here. This might be enough, or we might add a bit of a fold. If the left hand can reach all the way around your back, try to hook the big toe and fold like that. So three options. You must do what suits you today. Keeping that calf pressed into the mat, straight spine. And exhale completely, release. Again, do another little lift and change to the other side. So I'm going to extend my left now and bring the right up into the crook of my elbow, wrapping from the outside, or supporting both knee and foot, flexing both feet. Small little movements here, straight spine. So if you find yourself relaxed here, straighten up, and then choose your variation. So fold, leave it flexed, wrap to wrap, or a full wrap. Totally up to you. As you get more flexible, as you do more practice, you'll find yourself getting closer to that full wrap, or being able to square your shoulders up in the full wrap. Consistent practice will get you where you want to go. And exhale completely and release. Do another lift here. And then we're going to try out Marichasana A. So I'm going to extend the right again. And then the left foot is going to come up next to my hips. I need at least a hand width distance here between the two. And I'm going to lean over then on my right. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, stretch forward. Then I try to actually wrap my hand around. If that's not quite available to you yet, you can try to position the palm next to the foot. Or you might find just a really straight spined hug here is what you need today. So choose your variation. If you can wrap, you might even be able to wrap your hands behind you. Again, calf to mat. And we'll work on actually folding while we're in this wrapped position. It's the ultimate goal, so the belly is in, hinging from the hips. Keep breathing. Exhale completely and release, unwrap everything. Do a lift. Or change to the other side. For me, that's left leg long. Right foot comes up. And I check my spacing here. Leaning on my left, I use my breath. Inhale, exhale, and wrap. Whatever way you can, maybe hugging the knee. Again, if I'm fully wrapped, we're really working towards a fold here. Flexing the left so my calf is in the mat, against the mat. Hinging from the hips. Straight spine, keep breathing. And exhale completely. Release. And do a lift. Next we're going to do the half lord of the fishes, or more affectionately known as the magic twist. So my right foot is going to come under, my left leg's going to cross over the knee. Again, we've got a couple options here. You might find that you just want to push that top knee across the body, so my left is getting pushed to the right. Or if I can, I'm going to take the right elbow across and press with my elbow. This gives me a nice twist. I'm going to look far over the left shoulder, and our insides are being wringed out like a wet towel. You could even work on a wrap, so the elbow comes over and then connects back through again. Again, straight spine here. Keep breathing. Exhale completely and release, untwist. Now it's the magic twist. The half lord of the fishes is a magic twist because if we pivot on our toes here, I'm going to turn to my right. So whatever leg is underneath, that's the side you must turn to. So my right leg is down, so I'm going to twist to my right, pivoting on my toes, walking my hands around, and then the other knee comes down. My left is down now, and my right is over. So again, you might hug the knee and press. You can twist and get that elbow or even a straight arm to twist, or maybe even work on the wrap through. Straight spine, turning now as far, looking over our right shoulder as we can. Straight spine, wringing our midsection out like a wet towel. Feel a stretch in my hip and a good twist through my core. exhale completely and release. We're going to move on to a little bit of core work. So we're going to do some boat poses. So for boat, you can go supported or unsupported. You can either support behind you here or under your knees. With boat, we want to keep straight through here, so be careful not to round. We want to keep lifted, and we're going to do 3 of 5 breaths each. So join me now for number 1. You might need to force yourself to smile through the later ones here. And 5. Bring it down. If you want an added core workout, we're going to do a lift here. Really keeping the core engaged. We're going to go for number 2. So set yourself up nicely. Three, hang in there. That's number 2 complete. And the last one. Smile, that's breath 3. And do the last lift here. And then bring the hands forward. We're going to stretch our core now. So step yourself back into a nice plank. You've got 2 options here. You can lower down and come up for an upward dog, which is a great stretch on the core. Or you can bring yourself from plank all the way down and do Sphinx pose, or give yourself a baby cobra stretch. So with cobra, our hip bones stay against the mat. With upward dog, we're pressed between feet and hands. So choose what works for you, and then roll your toes, get yourself to a downward dog. Take a nice stretch here. From downward dog, then we're going to come on to our hands and knees. We want to stack our shoulders over our wrists, our hips over our knees. We're just going to warm up our spines a bit here with a bit of cat-cow. So cow is our inhale, our belly relaxed, our head up. And cat is our exhale, we arch our back and relax our neck. You can do a few more of those if you like, or you can come up onto knees only for camel. Our knees are hip distance apart. We're really going to engage all of our leg muscles today, as well as our core, so that we protect and support our lower back. So fingertips down, we support our lower back here. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, relax the neck. This might be enough for you here, or maybe you want to lean just a little bit, a nice arch in the spine here, engaging the leg muscles. And if you can go all the way, we reach for the tops of our heels, really pressing the hips forward, engaging through the legs. Keep breathing. And after maybe 5 or so breaths, we go up the way we came. Our heart comes up first. Our head comes up last. We might sit back on our heels and even rest in a child's pose here. And then we're going to do that one more time. So come up onto your knees again, support your lower back. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, relax the neck. And go maybe a bit further, maybe exactly where you were before. Engage the legs. Protect the lower back. Only go as far as your body can go. And when you're done, your heart comes up first, head comes up last. Sit back on your heels again. Take a stretch here. Take a breath. And from here, we're going to extend our arms if you aren't already. I'm going to come into a plank here. We can just pop into downward dog, or if you feel like doing a full vinyasa, come to chaturanga, go through your upward, then your downward. We want to come onto our backs so we can hop or step forward and come down onto our backs so we can continue back bending. We start with a bridge pose. So we want to bring our hands by our side and our heels to our fingertips. Our feet are parallel and hip distance. And from here we're going to press the palms and we're going to peel the spine up off the mat. We're really pressing through the feet, engaging the legs here. And if we want to go a little deeper, we can interlace the fingers under the hips and we actually roll or wiggle onto the outer edges of our shoulders. Here our chin comes to our chest and we really lift, making a nice, tall, strong bridge. Breathe. Anywhere from 5 to 10 breaths here. And come down with control. Hug the knees here. It's a nice counter pose. Can rock, massage our spine a little bit. And then we're going to do another bridge, or if you'd rather, you might go for a wheel today. So again, touching our heels. If we want to do a bridge, we just peel up again. If we want to go for a wheel, our fingers follow an imaginary line around. So fingertips to shoulders, elbows up and back. And now we're going to peel up, rock onto our feet and lift. Now it's so important here that our knees never go wider than our hips, like that. So we want to squeeze and engage everything, the lower body. Feeling that nice stretch on our spine. Nice strong wheel here. And either of these poses, anywhere from 5 to 10 breaths. So bring yourself down gently. Have a little hug again. And here we're going to do a little work for our digestive system. So we're going to keep our right knee and extend the left leg. And here we're going to hug the right knee hard to our right side here and take a few deep breaths. This massages our internal organs, works our digestive system, gets the blood moving. And then we trade the right for the left. We work our left side now. Deep breaths that press against the leg if you can. And after we've done both sides separately, we're going to work through the middle. So grabbing both knees and grabbing opposite elbows if you can. And breathing here. Great tummy work here. They actually call it the wind releasing pose. So you can understand why. And release. We can stay here to get ready for inversions, or you might want to rock up and rock a vinyasa here, going fully through chaturanga to upward, rolling to downward, and then we hop or step back down onto our backs, returning to our backs. Now remember, for inversions, we're going to get our heart over our head. So if you have abnormal blood pressure, we also do quite a stretch on our neck. So if you have any neck injuries, you want to avoid this one. If that is you, what you can do is find a wall, try to wiggle your bum as close to the wall as you can, and just get your feet up. This is exceptionally great if you've traveled a long flight. Just want to reverse gravity for a little bit. So this is for you if full inversions are not suited to you. So for a proper inversion, we're going to roll our feet over our head and support our hips. We want to wiggle onto our shoulders. This is our shoulder stand. Once we're wiggled and we've got a good position, chin to chest, the neck is nice and long, going to lift
our feet to the ceiling. Our toes really reach, our legs are together. Don't be wild child up there. And our gaze is to our belly button or to our toes. If we make any drastic turns with our neck here, we could be caused a lot of neck pain. We try to hold each of these variations of the inversions for about 10 breaths. I remember in the beginning it was really hard to breathe in these. It's gotten much easier as my practice has continued. I'm going to drop straight legs now for halasana or plow pose. You can keep supporting with your hips, or some people like to interlace the fingers and press against the mat. Some people just like flat palms, even gripping the edge of the mat maybe. Your toes might touch the floor. For me in the mornings, it just doesn't happen, only in an evening practice. They might not, but we want straight legs here for a few breaths. Our gaze goes to our belly button now as our toes are behind us. Enjoy this reverse of gravity here. And then our last variation is deaf man. We bend our knees and we end up covering our right ear with our right knee, the left ear with the left knee. Toes might touch, they might not. You might again adjust your hand position depending on what suits you. And we can straighten out our legs, press the palms. We want to roll our spine down nice and easy. Heels up. And we're going to have a slow motion contest here. Work our core one last time. So we bring our straight legs down, nice and slow. You can pause the video here and really slow it down. We just take control, maybe pausing along the way. Once our heels are down, those of us that did inversions, we want to counter pose for our neck. So we want to prop ourselves up on our elbows for fish pose. Relax our neck and lift the heart. This is really great for our necks as they were rounded the other direction. Really press through the elbows, lift, lift, lift. And then we can relax. And we work our neck the other direction once more, gently chin to chest. Real gentle, don't overdo it here. And release. Grab a knee, roll yourself up. You can do a vinyasa here. Or just stretch into down dog. And from down dog, we can do a little bit of pigeon here. So pigeon, we take the right up, bend the right, and bring it to the front edge of the mat. We slide down, the other leg being long, left leg being long. You can either even stack forearms and wrist here. Just going to take you through it quickly today, but you can again pause and stay there a little longer if it suits you. You can come up, curl the toes, lift the right, and bring it down. Same on the left side then. We lift the left, bend and bring it in. Settle in. And if we want to, bring the forearms down a little deeper. Be mindful that you don't fall over in this pose as you lose the stretch here. Again, pause and stay here longer if you want to, or if you don't want to do an upcoming headstand. And then we drive the left back up, open the hip, and bring it down. Nice stretch here. And then come onto our knees. Here you might continue a little bit of cat-cow. You might still be in pigeon if you want to, that's fine. But I'll walk you through the basics of a headstand, and then we'll finish. So we grab our elbows. This is the distance we want our elbows to be. We want them to be right under our shoulders. Open the hands into a triangle. Interlace the fingers. The top of the head goes on the mat. The fingers hug the back of your neck. Lift the hips. We want to get the hips over the head, maybe one foot then the other. And we work on lifting and lengthening, pressing the elbows, pressing through the shoulders, pressing away from the floor, and lifting our toes to the ceiling. And hold it anywhere from 5 to 10 or more breaths. And we come down with control, whatever that is for us. And take a few breaths. Don't whip yourself up right away. Might feel a little lightheaded. Then do one last vinyasa, so come to plank, chaturanga, upward and downward. And here you can either come to corpse pose, savasana, and lying on your back. Or you can come to a seated position where we started. It's totally up to you. Here we want to take a few breaths to release that tension and calm our bodies down, restore a little energy. You might have a gazing point, or you can close your eyes. But we finish as we started if we're in seated, resting our hands on our knees, stacking our heart over our hips. And a few deep breaths now at the end of our practice. Again, feel free to lie out and stretch out in savasana. And stay here as long as you like. But for now, I'll bring my hands to my heart. Namaste. And thanks for watching.